Hey, guys, those t-shirts, man, you almost missed it, but you were lucky. We're extending it.
You have 1 week
Yep.
to buy the t-shirts, and then they're gone forever.
Oh my god.
This is your last chance.
We're giving you this gift.
This is your Halloween present from us. Congratulations. All right, go get them. Bye.
Yep. Bye.
Listen to our podcast. It's happening.
Enjoy the podcast.
Hello, we are Hannah,
Echo,
and Crystal.
And this is a news, culture, and current events podcast from the perspective of 3 YouTubers. Hey, Crystal.
Hey, Hannah.
What are you so salty about today?
I'm salty about passion.
You're passionately salty.
Burning, fiery passion.
Oh my god. That's such a coincidence because I am as well.
What? No way.
Too.
Okay, so I always thought that if I gave a speech, I would begin it like this. So I'm going to start the podcast like this. Ready? Are you ready?
I got it. Let me hear it.
Webster's Dictionary defines passion as a strong and barely controllable emotion.
Oh, man.
They also describe it as the suffering and death of Jesus, which is not the one we're going to talk about.
No, that's another podcast.
We could talk about that
genre.
later. Listen. But yeah, I never really thought about what passion really was. I think that's kind of a shit definition, actually, if I'm going to be honest.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's not really an emotion. I would say.
Yeah, maybe it's not. What would you define it as, Crystal?
I don't know. I would think I'm a rather passionate person, but I'm not running around like, all the time. You know what I mean? I would say it's somebody who cares deeply about a thing, TM. And the thing can be a person, it could be a career, it could be a movement, it could be, I don't know, your favorite brand of bread.
A goal.
It could be anything. But you care very deeply. Very, very deeply, to the point you're like, no, nothing can sway me from this.
I agree. Thing. I like that. I also looked it up on Urban Dictionary, just because, you should.
Oh, yeah.
And I think they said it really similar to you, actually. It's when you put more energy into something than is required to do it. It's excitement and enthusiasm. It's ambition that's materialized into action. I like that a lot. That one is way better.
It's a way
Webster's Dictionary. You need to look at Urban Dictionary once in a while.
Learn something.
Yeah, people voting. Sometimes it works. All right, so what do you want to talk about now?
What do you want? Well, that's that. Thank you for coming to our TED Talk. Bye.
We defined passion for you. You're welcome.
Well, I mean, okay, how we got to the subject of passion was we were like, what should we talk about? I don't know. And I was like, YouTuber burnout's a thing everybody's talking about.
Oh, yeah, that is a huge thing
and I think YouTuber burnout starts from passion. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's passion, and then you pursue it, and you get an idea of what it means to be successful and what it means to have something work out for you, and then that changes. So that passion is still there, but then you're like, now I gotta do something different than what I've always done, and throws you off your groove.
As a survivor and current afflicted of YouTuber burnout, I feel like I'm very, very qualified to say what this feels like to
What is it? Lay it on me, Hannah.
So, a little bit ago, I lost my passion. And that's when you start to get burned out, and it's the numbers.
Oh,
they get
it's the
inside
only
your
thing
head
that keeps you going.
And if you're doing better, then that's your feelings.
Yeah.
And if you're doing worse, that's your
correlate them.
Too.
You take the numbers and you attach them as almost like a surrogate passion.
Not cool. That's a bad thing.
It's not
to do.
good.
And that's how burnout happens. I think that is the number one reason for burnout is when your numbers take not even a dive, just like a dip, and you're like, my channel's dead forever now. There's no coming back from it. And that's not true. That's not the way this works. It's not how any of this works.
The thing about YouTube is that you can always figure it out and make it a comeback. You know what I mean?
Everybody
if you're willing to try
story.
to figure it out.
Look at Rebecca Black. Biggest comeback story of YouTube, I think.
Yep.
She's a legitimate celebrity now.
I have a question for you guys. I was on Twitter, and I won't name the person simply because I disagreed with this tweet, which I guess is already tainting your opinion of it. Damn it, I'm doing this wrong. Okay, well, basically this person said that if you are a creator, then you are gonna create whether or not your numbers are matching, because that's what you're passionate about, right? And if you are too caught up in the numbers and you get discounted and sad, then you're not a creator, you're an entertainer. And yeah.
All
and
right.
so thoughts.
Okay, so the numbers directly correlate to how much money you get.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Your very survival is connected to it.
That's kind of a really mean thing to say. That's very, like, you have moneyest of you.
Very much.
Yeah, oh my gosh, you're so right.
Well, this person also would argue that if you have all your beans in the YouTube pot, then you're doing it wrong. That's essentially their argument. So if you have everything in the YouTube pot, then and you are getting so caught up in the numbers, and it's like, well, you should be doing all this other stuff to make it so that you.
Listen, we're not all businessmen and women here. Some of us are very, very dumb, and some of us started YouTube when we were 15, and maybe wasn't thinking about the money or whatever the fuck. I didn't think this would be my career when I was 15 years old. Business person. So maybe I put all my beans in the wrong pot. But at the time, I liked the pot. I was really passionate about the pot, and I thought it deserved my beans.
Same.
What are you gonna do? I don't know. We were. That's another thing. Is they expect you. Okay, I have a big problem with our education system.
Okay,
a lot of problems, a lot of issues.
Go for it.
They expect you to figure out what your quote unquote passion is when you're 17 years old or sooner.
Sooner. I mean, back when I was, I'm gonna let you keep going, but this is, I'm proving your point further.
Go.
I was, back in my early 20s, I was doing this part-time job as a public relations representative for some, like, acting situation, blah, 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 in Atlanta, and part of my job was going to middle schools with 12-year-olds or 13-year-olds, and for their career days, and try to convince these children why this is a viable career path, what classes they should take in high school, what classes they should take in college, should they go to college, what does it entail, just because they're grooming these middle schoolers to decide what they want to do by the time they're, like, 16 years old. Yeah. And I went to, like, a lot of them.
Yeah. Okay. Kids need to have a childhood or they're gonna get hecked up. I feel like we've established this and we keep ignoring it. I looked at depression statistics while we were doing this, and it's gone up. The number of major depression episodes in adolescence has gone up by 3% in the last, 9 years? Which doesn't sound like a ton, but that's millions of kids that are having suddenly major depressive episodes in their adolescence. No adolescent should be struck with an existential crisis. And this is how you get that. I don't think they shouldn't be educated of, like, what their choices are, but don't tell them they have to make a choice. I felt like I had to make a choice when I was 12. I really did.
Me too.
Like,
me too.
I don't know.
Same.
Oh, man. This is becoming a different conversation.
Hannah's getting salty.
Well, I am the way I am, an anxious little person, because of how I was treated when I was that old. And it wasn't right.
What you're passionate about when you're 12 is not what you're going to be passionate about enough to make a career out of when you're 22. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so it's a little hard. It's one thing to present something to a kid, like, this is an option that you might not have been aware of. Like, that's something you should know. But just to be like, so these are the classes you need to take in high school, and this is the blah, 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 because if you don't figure that out, then you're never going to get anywhere in life. And it's like, honey, sweetie, baby pie. I did not go to college until I was, like, 23 or 24, I think, and it was fine. I'm fine. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I'm only trying to figure out what I want to do, and I'm 28, and I'm fine. Things are fine. It's okay.
Things are fine.
It's okay.
It's like, I have a graphic design degree, and, like, part of the reason that I have a graphic design degree is because, like, I loved math and I loved art, and I was like, I wanted to go into something creative, but I also want to be able to, like, financially sustain myself, and I feel like going into art is not going to, like, be financially stable. So I was like, okay, graphic design is a very structured form of art. That should naturally be very appealing to me. And I went through, like, every graphic design course that my high school offered and yearbook. And then I got a, like, bachelor's degree in graphic design. And then I was a graphic designer for a year, and I realized I hated it.
Yeah.
It was awful.
That sounds
it was so
right.
awful. Like, you're all you have to do as a graphic designer is, like, realize someone else's creativity. It's, like, not even really creative. Someone else tells you what to do, and then you just run it through the programs, essentially, and try and steer them in the correct design direction.
Oh, man, that's always the worst. That's a whole... Design woes is another story entirely. But what you're passionate about now, for example, what we're all passionate about now is... the internet to some capacity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
real, though.
that wasn't a class I could take in high school.
Yeah, this was not a job that existed.
Yeah, internet communities
Not a thing.
And culture and stuff.
I know it might sound weird to the young kids who are listening, but y'all, when I was 14, this did not exist. MySpace, which you've probably not heard of, was just a hobby. People weren't even making money yet. Like, this was just... It's nonsense.
Like, when I was in high school, they introduced the partnership program, but it wasn't common knowledge. No. So, like, there were YouTubers who were making a living off of this.
Nobody knew.
But no one knew. No one had any idea that they were doing it for a living. They just thought, like, oh, they're putting up funny videos on the internet. No one knew that they were actually making enough money to have a living. And then it slowly came out that there's money in this. And then it's slowly become what it is today.
Yep. And then the YouTube machine is trying to get more money from more advertisers, and they're like, hey, guess what? You gotta make videos every day. Which, helpful information. I was watching a video about just trying to catch up on the algorithm, like, it changes all the time, and I'm like, okay, what do I need to know? Apparently, YouTuber burnout happens, not because YouTube just doesn't show your videos to people. It is, they show your videos to people who have seen it within the last, like, they didn't give an exact number, but the sample number they gave was, like, 100 videos, for example. So if a subscriber is watching you, right, and then you don't post for, I don't know, 2 weeks instead of a week, like you might normally post, and they binge, I don't know, Safia Nygaard. I binged her videos recently. And you post again, if you are outside of that number of, like, how many videos this person, if you haven't been watched in, like, a certain amount of time or number of videos, they will not show your stuff to them again unless it's on notifications, and then that still isn't a guarantee. So that's why people are not getting shown videos, because they are structuring it so that you have to upload essentially every day. And then, of course, I don't know if you guys saw this bullshit, YouTube's, like, creator help YouTube channel made some fucking bullshit video about facts and fiction. Can you take a vacation? Well, we sampled YouTube channels who took a break for 2 weeks. I'm like, 2 fucking weeks? Like, first of all, like, I should be able to take...
That's not a vacation.
That's not a vacation, motherfucker. Like, people need time. Like, sometimes videos take a month to make just because they're very creative and work intensive. So, I don't believe that. But even so, they're like, the people we sampled, when they came back, they had a stronger surge. So that's fake. You can take a break. And then it reminds me of that time when they were like, wait, guys, we're uploading and losing subscribers. And they're like, well, we sampled channels. And they said it's fine. And I'm like, go fuck yourself, YouTube creator.
You can't tell me that what is happening isn't happening. That's such a dick move.
Exactly.
See, that's another reason why creators get burnt out. Because they tell us that it's not happening.
That's the
shit. The other thing is that I feel like they're sampling channels that people aren't watching, which is a weird thing to say, but it's like channels that people aren't actually getting invested in. It's channels that are like the fast food, watch it, throw it away, don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Whereas channels that, like, personality channels specifically that people actually get invested in are slowly kind of fizzling out, and like, they're the ones who actually suffer from this kind of stuff because they're not fast foodie content. It's like PewDiePie is about to be taken over by T-Series. Have you guys seen this?
Yeah.
It is the most, like, algorithm-y pleasing channel I have ever seen in my life.
Makes me want to vomit.
Never heard of it. 61 million followers. How do you not hear about a channel that has 61 million followers?
It's all bots. I don't know.
It's all bots. It's a lie.
I don't know.
Have you checked their views? Their views are so low.
Yeah.
Like, granted, okay, after it started coming out that, like, PewDiePie's channel is going to be taken over, you can't trust the last, like, 20-some-odd videos they've uploaded just because they have, like, slightly inflated views with, like, supreme dislikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of people who are like, what is this channel? And a lot of people are disliking their content or, like, attacking the channel and stuff. So you have to kind of go back into their, like, history a little bit. Mm-hmm. They really don't get that many views. And it's really weird because it's, like, on opposite ends of the spectrum. Like, they'll upload a video that'll get, like, 20,000 views, stuff that is comparable to, like, my channel, despite the fact that they have, like, so many more subscribers. And then randomly, like, a video with 3 million views.
Yeah.
And it's just, like, I don't understand.
It's not a community that you're forming
watching
there. And that's what I loved so much about YouTube. The reason why I was passionate about YouTube is because it was communities. And it was bringing these people together who never would have been able to speak to each other because they're all nerdy, weird, introverted people.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why YouTube, in my opinion, was so amazing, and that's why I wanted to do it. Because I was like, I not only want to talk to those creators who I think are my best friends currently, I want to talk to the people who are interested in the things I'm interested in.
Yeah.
And then, your interests change, but your community doesn't. And then you're stuck, and then creator burnout happens because you can't change because YouTube communities don't change anymore. It's great.
Yeah.
It's because YouTube is doing the same thing that they're doing to kids, where it's like you have to commit to a genre.
You do.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's like you could just get by existing and being yourself and whoever you are, and that's what people liked about you. Full but now you have to, like, pick a niche.
Yeah, you do. You have to pick a niche. You have to pick a niche.
You're 15 years old.
You do, essentially. Like, it's so frustrating. You can't willy-nilly. You have to be consistent. You have to upload. If not every day, then definitely weekly. You have to start strong. Binging with Babish he did so good because he bought $6,000 worth of equipment. Did you know this? Before his very first video, he bought $6,000 worth of equipment.
Yeah, go end yourself. That's ridiculous.
It's insane.
Yeah, because everybody can do that, YouTube. Thanks for the helpful advice.
We have to
That's
start
really great.
perfectly and do this blah, 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 and never ever change your content.
That's so silly because at the beginning of this, it was like film on a potato. Like, film yourself on an actual potato, post it online, and it's your content. It's the words that you say that will bring this community together. It's not how it looks. It's not the production value. It's literally just things that you're saying out of your mouth. And that's what was so cool about it, because we were all just kids. And then it got really weird and serious, and that's why all these people are burning out, especially, like, the OG YouTubers. I feel, how many OG YouTubers are, like, you can look into their eyes and they don't look...
They're dead in the eyes.
I opened up my eyes and Krista was like, they're dead inside, they're dead inside. Look deep
I agree.
in my eyes.
I was just thinking, like, older YouTubers are just, like, you watch them and they're still kind of, like, fucking around, but you can just see the dead inside, like, look.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's really sad. And also you have people who are, you're forced into sensationalization, like Elle Mills, for example. You have a very creative, funny, artistic person, right, who managed to trip into content that's easy enough to make. Because her early videos, if you watch them, aren't that sensational. They are, but they aren't. It's something that she could easily have put together in an afternoon. She's uploading twice a week, I believe. And she tripped into algorithm success, and it got, okay, well, what if I did this? Okay, well, what if I did this? And then it took a week to get a video done. And then, it took like a month to get a video done. But at that point, they were so sensational, like, I married my sister's boyfriend. And she did. Like, she would follow through, and the clickbait would be true. And it was, like, well-produced. And then she couldn't outdo herself to the point now where she's like, every video she's made since she's like, hey, I'm burnt out and tired, has been a joke about, I'm out of content. Haha. Like, she can't outdo herself anymore.
Yeah.
But I watch it and I break it apart because it's so gorgeous. She's mastered this, like, I feel like I'm watching, like, a movie like Easy A with Emma Stone. That's what I feel like I'm watching when I watch her stuff. And
it's like visual scrapbooking almost. Like, really well put together scrapbook.
Mm-hmm. But she can't really let that flourish because she's so consumed with outdoing herself because she needs to please the algorithm because she saw a dip and a slowdown, and now she thinks she sucks. And it's like, I don't know, it's okay. You're fine. But it's a shame. I hate watching artists with, like, really strong, I don't know, abilities be like, oh, I just gotta work harder. I mean, again, I always bring up Casey Neistat, but
YouTube wants to bring
like
them up every time too.
He's such a good, like, he's a good default example.
He is. he's artistic and talented, and he's also the fucking Energizer Bunny, and he can keep going. You know what I mean? And so it's like, he's like, well, just upload every day. I'm like, even he knows at this point that that's ridiculous. Like, he can't. He'll even be like, that was ridiculous, but it's how I'm successful. So you should also be successful and work harder. Let's make merch. Work harder merch. And it's like...
This is what I was going to talk about next, is passion for me has always been borderline addiction-y.
Oh, yeah.
And this is what'll happen. This is literally what burnout is when you run your addiction to the point where you're dead inside. Like, you just can't function anymore. When I started my YouTube channel, I was extremely successful almost right off the bat. Crazy. For the time, at least. I got 100,000 reasonably fast. I can't even remember how many months it took me now, but it was months. It wasn't like...
Yeah.
Anyways, it was quick. And how that happened was I did an animation every single week that was 1.5 minutes long. And in order to make that happen, I was going to school for full-time and working as well. I would stay up almost all night animating. Almost the entire night. And my back would hurt, and my eyes would hurt, and I'd, like, almost fall asleep in class all the time. Like, it was awful. And I hurt everywhere. Mentally, physically, I hurt. But I did it for so long. And looking back, I have no idea how I kept that up for... It was over a year, wasn't it? I cannot understand that.
Like, I look back to my old videos, and I remember, like, I had a 9-to-5 job as a graphic designer. I'd get up, I'd do the thing, and then... when the end of Friday hit, I would spend all afternoon on Friday writing a video, and then I'd sleep. Saturday, I would wake up at like 6 a.m. Or to catch the golden hour so that I could film with the best lighting possible, and then I would edit straight through the night every single week. I would always pull an all-nighter. I would never sleep between Saturday and Sunday. I would just work straight through the weekend so that I could upload by 10 a.m. on Monday.
Dude.
And I did this for like a year, and I look back and I'm like, how did I even do it?
No
and
wonder
I
why we're
loved it
so
too.
tired now.
It's
all
insane.
of us, we just text each other and we're like, I'm so tired.
I
think we're catching up for those years where we were like, high on this, like,
just like high on this, like, euphoria, passion.
It is, even when you're not hitting those big numbers. Like, when I was, like, 2015, I had, like, maybe 300 or 400 subscribers, but it was, like, finally picking up, you know what I mean? I'm like, whoa, we passed 200.
Like nothing else,
I was working a 40-hour-a-week job at a dental insurance office, and I would take my lunch, I would go in early, so I would have a peace and quiet place to work so I could just, like, do what I had to do for editing and writing, and then close my computer when my boss came in, and then do my job, because I could actually get my job done in, like, 3 hours, but they didn't need to know that. And then every lunch, I would go into an empty break room and work on YouTube, and write, and draw, and animate. And then I would go home, and I would write, and draw, and animate. And then I wouldn't get done until, like, 6 or 7, and I would do it again the next day. And then I would spend all weekend doing it. And it was just, like, oh, God, I don't know. I don't know how I did it. Like, that's what you're forced into thinking is going to make you successful. It's like, and I hate,
I know it works.
It kind of does.
Yeah.
Hustle culture is important to a point. I don't like it now that I'm an adult. And I'm like, wow, I was driving myself into the ground. It was good to get my grounding, you know what I mean? To get, like, my footing and understanding, like, where I wanted to go. But it's not sustainable. So you get to a place where you grow enough to be, like, addicted a little bit. Where you're like, okay, this is going somewhere. We're going to do it.
It's like a high.
It is a high. It's 100%. I read every single comment, like, before I went to bed, if I did go to bed, like, at all, I would sit there on my phone for another hour, and I wasn't, like, I had no time to be doing this, but I couldn't not. I wish I could keep a counter of how many times I reloaded my videos to see how the ticker was going up, like, tick, 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 tick. Like,
yep, same.
In the hour after I uploaded, it was all I did, was just looking at how my videos.
I had a sheet of paper. I found it. I have a sheet of paper, and it's kind of like this thing. It's got 360 whatever boxes. It's an entire year on a single sheet of paper, and they used to hand this out at my graphic design work. And every single day, I would write down how many subscribers I had, so that I could just have this visual example.
I have a journal with the
before bed, so I could just look and just see the numbers.
Not only that, but how much money I made. I did how much money I made on YouTube every single day. It was cute at first because it was in pennies.
Yeah.
I was like, I made 1 cent today. Mm-hmm. But then once it got up into actual money, I was like, this is just sad. Like, I'm working how long for this? And it got to that mindset, too, of like, what am I doing?
You have no return on investment.
Yeah.
Like, looking at it from a business perspective, it's like, oh, hustle, and you get there. Work harder, and you do, and you get just enough to get that high. Just enough to get addicted. Yeah. Just enough to make you think that you're getting somewhere, and then you don't have any return. You're still trying to make this your job. You still are barely getting by. You are doing all of this, and you still can't quit your job. But you have a little bit more subscribers. You have a little bit more of a community. You get about 100 likes on a Twitter tweet now. Like, you getting somewhere. You can't quit now. You're finally going somewhere.
There's so much investment. You've put in so much time.
You've already gone so much work. You've already spent so much of your money fixing your fucking camera that you didn't need to buy. Like, and it's just, oh god, it's such a vicious cycle, and that's why
the Kinder Egg thing.
Yeah, I support people who are like, come on, work harder. If you're not working, then you're a failure. People would be like, okay. I don't say that,
does that,
but
Casey Neistat does that. Philip DeFranco even sometimes do that. That hashtag hustle life. And I'm like, hashtag I'm gonna be content and go to sleep, maybe take a nap later in the afternoon.
Well, they're hashtag hustle life.
Barely happening right now.
They're doing this as a job. Like, that's what makes me so mad. I'm like, you already have this as your job, and they're like, oh well, I hustled to get here. I'm like, you tripped into an algorithmic benefit.
Like,
is what
this
is
not the same game. We're not playing the same game anymore.
It's a totally different game once you get up there, because you have people working for you as well. Like, hashtag hustle, but I'm going to send my video to get edited by somebody else. It's like,
like, the competition that we're in right now is not the same as it was when they were getting up in the numbers and becoming YouTubers and turning this into a job.
We love all those people that I just mentioned.
We love those people to death.
Yeah.
I watch them all.
They're great. But every time Superwoman's like, I hustle, I'm like, all right, I need to take a nap for you. I'm going to do one extra for you. I don't know. And I wrote down a bunch of celebrity quotes because they feel so disingenuous and just so disconnected as well when they tell you to follow your dreams. I wrote down Justin Bieber's, which seems stupid now. God. We only live once, follow your dreams and never say never. That's Justin Bieber. If you can believe in something great, I feel like you can achieve something great. That's Katy Perry. I live by the rule that you should follow your dreams no matter what you do. You should follow your dreams. Jared Leto. These people are not living the same life we are. It's so upsetting to me when they tell people to follow their dreams who are paycheck to paycheck or you don't understand life anymore. You don't. Yeah, you're living a different one. It's not the same. You have your own struggles. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, you do.
Probably say
but don't you dare tell us to go follow our dreams.
I wouldn't say it's even called. It shouldn't be called follow your dreams. You know what I mean? Like, there's a place to not give up on something that you love.
That's where I'm bringing this conversation. Is do you need passion?
It depends. Like, it depends on how you are funneling that passion, I would say. So, I started YouTube a bit late, quote unquote, but I was 23, 24. I was in my early to mid 20s. So, but I started it with the oh shit, people make money doing this, and I've had this X amount of years of skills that I'm pretty sure I can funnel into this, and I think I would very much enjoy doing it, if not for myself, then for somebody else, which is why I then went to college simultaneously for media communications. So, because I very much enjoy every aspect of what I do, it's kind of, and I've already spent so much time on it, it's I can't not, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I can't not. But it's not, I wouldn't say it's following my dreams. I'm still paying my bills, I'm still working the shitty job, but it's also will not stop doing the thing that I love to do, because eventually, like, law of averages says it will eventually get me to a place where it will be more so my job than it is currently. If I do not stop doing it over a certain period of time, I will eventually get to a place where I am. You know what I mean? Like, it might not be how I think it is, but it will be a place that wasn't where I was.
Yeah. So I tell people, never count on YouTube, but if you continue YouTube, you will eventually gather a following. I can't tell you a timeline. Nobody on the planet can. But if you continue and you're consistent, eventually it'll happen. Mm-hmm. Probably not like it used to, but in a way it will.
If you can hit the right vein, you'll just take off. You just have to, like, hit the right avalanche.
It's not even, like, marketing skills or, like, business knowledge. Really. It's luck, a lot of it.
So much of it is luck.
And that's another thing. So really quick, we're going to be salty really quick about luck. Somebody else on Twitter, there's a lot of, ever since Twitter's, like, somebody liked this, or, like, you know what I mean? It's like, there's a bunch of shit in my timeline that I don't really subscribe to now. So somebody liked this, that luck is preparation meets opportunity, or something like that. There is no luck. And I was like, and then somebody else was like, yeah, luck is bullshit, or something. It was just very much that tone of, like, well, it is hard work and your preparedness for it, because opportunities will inevitably come your way. It's just how prepared are you. There is no luck. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I got so angry.
Okay, how many people are on this planet nowadays? Like, 8 billion or something? A billion. At least a couple billion. Maybe a trillion. Yeah. I don't know numbers very well, but listen, that's a whole lot of people. Yeah. Luck is so real to make anything happen. The fact that you were born here as you is lucky. Unless you're, like, the worst person ever, then you're probably not lucky. But, like, in general, if you have all of your limbs moving, it's a luck thing. Like, there's a lot of things that are lucky. It's nuts to think that, unless you're like, I was blessed by God, you can think that too. That's fine. But it's a form of luck to think that you were blessed by God, you know?
It's statistics. And they'd be like, well, statistically, this is going to eventually happen, so it's not luck. I'm like, no, it's still luck. You still happened. It's happened to get the very hard to get side of the statistic. Yeah. Because of a chance that you have no control over. So, I mean, okay, so to bring back your original question, is passion necessary for YouTube? I would not say it's necessary, no. There are people who are dead inside who milk this shit for all it's worth and are using it as a money factory and for boosting their egos, and they're playing the tune just right to make the algorithm love them. And they have absolutely no passion for this except for maybe their own dick. Not to be vulgar, but that's exactly what they care about, their own dick, and that's about it. So, to answer your question, no, I don't think you need it. But
perfectly said, my friend.
To not burn out, you both need passion and not need passion. You need to take your passion and funnel it correctly. It's like having a knife. Like, if you have a knife and you're cooking, you're about to make some good shit. You know what I mean? Like, you're about to, like, make some delicious food and cut some shit up and be like, yeah, I use this knife. And then there's also having a knife and then accidentally cutting your finger off while you're cooking, or having a knife and then, stabbing somebody. So there's a lot of things you can do with a knife that are both helpful and not helpful.
Yeah, like part of that goes back to the luck thing. Like, you're lucky if you don't accidentally hurt yourself. Yeah. Yeah. Like, it does take skill, but it's also luck.
I can't imagine a YouTuber out there who hasn't felt burnt out at a point, though. I feel like it's afflicted everybody. If they say it hasn't them, they're lying.
They're liars.
Do you guys feel like it has remember? Do you remember that panel? I think it was like in 2016 or whenever it was that when we were all at VidCon. There was like that one panel that was like the YouTubers who blew up, and they were supposed to be like sitting there answering questions. That was the most pointless, and I'm like,
pointless panel.
I know, it was just these are people that you like, come and see them. Because they have no idea how it happens. No, they don't. There's no insight there. No. It's a bunch of people who got lucky, and that's not something that you can just, like, wisdom on other people.
Are you telling me they don't all have advanced degrees in marketing? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Echo, I'll never believe it. That
I would say
was so I don't know. It was fun,
so
but it was
bad.
so dumb.
It was like, please don't make this a panel again. Please don't. I mean, if they asked them more challenging questions, like maybe not how did you do it, maybe like how are you coping? Because you have no idea what you're doing. Are you afraid of the pressure? Like, how have you coped with the pressure of having blown up so suddenly? That would have been way more nice to know, but no, we didn't get those questions.
We were talking about this a little bit beforehand, before we actually started recording, of like the insane amount of pressure it must be to just blow up out of the blue, like hit 1 million in a couple months or something. And Echo is super jealous of them. That's what we found out.
Yeah, I am. I'm jealous of their awful pain, which is weird. I don't know why. I don't know why.
I'm jealous in a, like, it's a different kind of, like, not, I wish that was me. I don't want pressure. I'm tired. But, like, at the same time, because I do want the internet to be my full-time job pretty exclusively, and I have plans, like, of exactly what I would need to do and how many numbers I need to get there and what further opportunities, like, you know, I want to write a fiction book, I want to make a cartoon, like, I have things I want to do, and so I'm jealous in that opportunity. I'm jealous in, like, the, oh man, now you have the numbers that I've been looking for forever to get this other stuff done, and it's just like
sadness. It's like this sad, like, why don't I have that? Like,
I feel like a lot of the time when they do blow up that fast, though, they don't build that same community of people who actually care about them, which is why their Twitter following is usually way less than ours. Not that that's, like, that sounds kind of mean, but it's just
I feel like ours is kind of medium. Well, yours
I don't feel like I have
a little bit bigger.
I mean, nobody cares about me.
See, I always feel like...
I mean, I feel like y'all have such a passionate fan base. I mean, our fan base at this point is pretty intertwined, but, like, the people, we have a pretty solid community. Like, I keep hearing people who are, like, from the outside. I was just like, what was it? Pat, just the other day. I work for Pat from Life Noggin. They're launching this new channel, and they were like, hey, do you know anybody who'd be willing to, like, shout it out, blah, 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 because they're trying to, like, get traction on it. And I was like, I mean, I can. I don't have a lot of subscribers, but they're a passionate little bunch. And he was immediately just like, hell yes, your community is so wholesome, and they're so passionate. Of course.
It's the best to hear.
Yeah, and I was like,
that.
It's
like people complimenting my children. I'm like, yeah, they are. They really are.
And it's exactly what it is. Actually, Simon and Martina, I talk about them a lot, sorry. They just had a really hard month. They deal with a lot of stuff, but they just had a really hard month where they had to take time off because of Martina's health. And they were kind of in a funk, a little depressed, a little dealing with some hard shit. And they were like, we gotta make videos again. But when they came back, they were just like, well, the biggest issue about not making videos isn't that we were worried about the algorithm's gonna, mess us up, which it probably will. It was that we weren't talking to our friends. Like, the community on YouTube is more than just, petting our egos. We're missing our friends. We know your icons. We read our comments, like, in the Creator Studio app all the time. And we missed the community that happened in it. Like, you guys are you are family just as much as our family is.
I love it when they mean it, too. You can tell.
I know, and they meant it.
Yeah.
I love them. I love them so much. I want nothing but pure happiness for them in their entire lives. Like, I don't really fan over YouTubers anymore. If somebody's like, who are you excited to meet? I'd be like,
But you know what? Simon, I miss fangirling.
I miss it so much. I hate that it's dead in me. I hate that my inner fangirl is, like, clinging onto life, because I feel like
I feel the same way, but I feel like Simon and Martina are my last leg of, like, because it's not just fangirling, it's just, like, my senpais. Like, I look up to them. They're married, and they're happy, and they travel the world with their cute cat, and I'm just like, go, guys, be happy. Go. I want to just clap for them and hold up a sign. Aww. Like, that's the only YouTubers in the entire community, though, that I actually care about.
Okay, I love learning about this. Who's the first celebrity that you guys ever met that you felt like your heart was gonna fall out of your butt?
Oh, like the weird fangirl shakes? When you first experienced, like, the fangirl shakes, and you're like, shit, I can't take a picture.
I couldn't. Okay, I'm gonna say mine in a second, but I want to know yours first.
Okay.
I actually wasn't I've met some celebrities. I've met Neil Patrick Harris. I've met 50 Cent.
What?
I've met... these are all stories.
Yeah, Crystal has a life.
Gerard Butler. I had dinner with Gerard Butler.
I knew that one.
I mean, 50 Cent, that's another story. I've always meant to make a video about it. I never did. Neil Patrick Harris, I made a video about. But I wasn't, like, shaking nervous. It was just kind of like, I don't know what to say and you're famous.
Mm-hmm.
But when I went to VidCon, Echo saw.
Mm-hmm. I saw. It was so cute because I could see like, oh, it's the first time experiencing the fangirl shakes.
Mm-hmm. And it's frustrating
Who
because
was?
like
Who was?
it was. God, everybody. Anytime I met a YouTuber, it was
you kind of ended up in a swarm.
Yes.
Was it in front of the Cheesecake Factory?
It was in front of the Cheesecake Factory, but it was also in the green room.
Too.
It was also in the green room before.
And you were alone.
I was all alone, and I was with, like, Miranda Sings was over there, and then, like, Gabby and Allison were over there, and it's Joe Beretta was, like, right there, and then fucking Alex Wasabi walked in, and I was like, oh my god, like, and then and then everybody I talked to back there was very nice, but I had the fangirl shakes, and I was like, they know I'm not one of them. They know that this is a lie. They know. And then, of course, I had to talk to somebody who was just like, haha, fangirl shakes. And I was like, no, body, stop betraying me, please. Stop making me look like such a little dweeb,
they don't get those
please.
Anymore because they're dead inside.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, their inner fangirl is dead. They have no passion left for this.
Okay,
my first experience with fangirl shakes was so I was working on a channel, right, and like I was slowly building it. I had like I think 40,000 subscribers or something, not that much, but like not 100K, but still like a solid chunk where I was like, okay, I can handle this. I'm just meeting a person, everything's fine. And I'm like, yeah, I see YouTubers as people. Little did I know. So it was actually at Jack's Films and Sears event.
Yeah, I remember when you went to that.
That they had in Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, cool, I'm gonna get to take a picture with, like, Jack's Films. And, like, I went and I was like, okay, cool, hi, and stuff. And then I pulled out my phone and I was like, shit, I'm shaking. Like, I can't, I didn't want to do, because everyone who went up was like, I can't take a picture. And then I got there and I was like, shit, I can't take a picture. I can't hold my phone straight. And he was like, that's okay, I got it. And I was like,
it's so
my god.
It's
so embarrassing.
It's so embarrassing.
Totally
it's because, like, my brain will be functioning totally fine. I'll be like, okay, I'm calm, everything's fine, but then, like, I'll get red splotches up my arm and my leg is shaking, and I'm like, what the fuck, body? Please, do not do this to me right now. Like,
oh my
stop.
gosh. Dude, it is a phenomenon that cannot be explained. So, very first VidCon. It was a VidCon for me, too, of course.
Yeah.
Because we don't care about real celebrities anymore, do we?
No.
I was fine all weekend. I met Gavin Free and Bernie Burns, and they're like my favorite people ever. I met them like out in the open, and I was fine. I could hold my camera straight and everything. I was so proud of myself. And then I got into the Dan and Phil line, and I wasn't even up there yet. As soon as I laid eyes on them, I was shaking so much. I tried to take a video, and there's a video of this online, I think, of me trying to take a video, and it was like, and I go, oh, that's no good. And I just pull my camera down. Oh, nope, that's not gonna happen. And I had to get Greta to do everything for me, my sister. I couldn't even pull the cap off my Sharpie to get them to sign it. With how badly I was shaking.
I feel that in my heart. I feel it
I'm
deep
feeling
in my heart.
right now a little bit talking about it.
I can
You
feel
relive it a little. Because it's like, not only is it exciting,
oh
it's a little overwhelming. You're alive and you're nervous, but you're also at the same time so embarrassed because you're shaking.
It's because in your head you build these YouTubers up to be almost this like this vision of perfection, just kind of like you attach a little bit too much perfection to them, and then when they come into real life, it's like you're seeing like a cartoon character come to life. It's just that bringing that like euphoria into a physical form that's just standing in front of you, and it's like, I don't know how to handle this.
You know,
and
I
it's
would
such
say
a high. It's such a good feeling.
I'm sure people get fangirl shakes over celebrities too, but I feel like because YouTubers are so personal, you know what I mean? They're so much more accessible, but it is still very much a celebrity culture. In the way, like, you grew up as a kid, you think, I mean, now kids are probably familiar with YouTubers, but as a kid, I was like, oh, a celebrity is like Oprah. Celebrity is like Brad Pitt. You know, like, these people that you will never meet, really. Like,
never.
And it's so unattainable. And you have no way to contact them. And if you send them a letter in the mail, you're going to get, like a typed up sheet from their assistant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, like, now it's so... you can tweet at them and they'll like it. You can, like, meet them in person and have them be, like, not with security guards because they're just people. And so you have this weird mesh of, like, oh my god, this is a celebrity, they're super important, I love them, oh my god. And they're also super accessible and they're right here, oh my god. Like, it's like just a bomb of just emotion.
Oh my god. I love the feeling so much, and that's what made me want to go back to VidCon and back to VidCon and back to VidCon, was that feeling. I never did get it again. And it's like not exactly like that. I did a little bit, but not like so much. That. And it was so
like it's passion. It's like this.
It is passion.
It's a high. Yeah. It's a weird brain addiction. I can't describe it. It's such a good feeling.
And I felt that when we went to the Cheesecake Factory and everybody was there, obviously. And I as soon as I got back to I went right from the Dan and Phil meetup back to the hotel room, and I just laid in my bed crying the rest of the day. It's so pitiful.
Were you the one who said that, like, you would think that they were punching all of their fans because everyone was coming up crying?
Every single girl leaving that meetup, and they were all girls, everyone walking past the line, like, back down the line, was just bawling, and I was like, I can't see over all these tall people's heads, but I think they're just punching these girls in the face. And they were just very, very sweet, and they told me they liked my drawing, and I got 2 hugs from each of them, and I went home and cried.
Yeah.
Because, you know what, you're never too old to fangirl. I was embarrassed at how old I was. I think I was 18 or 19, which is way too old, but it's not. It's okay. You're alive. It means you're alive.
It's fine. I'm sure just because my body likes to portray me, it might not be with a YouTuber. Maybe it'll be with a voice actor of my favorite character. I don't know. I probably will fangirl again. I am living the fangirl life hard.
I feel the same way. I'm sure there's someone that if I met them in real life, I would get the fangirl shakes again, but I don't know who it is.
Probably Misha Collins, Echo.
Oh my god. Yeah, it could be Misha Collins. Maybe Ryan Reynolds. I
had the
but probably Misha Collins. Yeah, that might.
All I want to do in my life is, like, surprise celebrity to people. Like, I wish I could do that to people.
I want to just surprise celebrity. Yeah. You missed the action, guys, on the podcast. She, like, put up her hands like, ah.
I've had a couple people who I felt like an actual celebrity because they had the fangirl shakes. Have you guys ever had
Yes!
Somebody?
Yeah. Oh my god,
totally. It's the sweetest thing ever. It makes you feel like a real celebrity.
The first time we had somebody, I mean, I did. Maybe Echo had it before, but I was actually with Echo on our way back to a panel in the back room of VidCon, and there was this kid and his dad and his sister, and this kid goes, oh, Echo and Crystal! And and we both turned around, and there was this, like, 12-year-old kid, and he was just so excited. He was like, oh! And then he was, like, shook. And I was like, you're sweet. But then he was like, oh my god, I'm shaking. I'm so sorry. And I was like, no, it's okay. Like,
I always say, me too. That's what I always say when it's me. I go, me too.
It's okay. I'm also excited. Yeah. And he was such a bean. Oh, his dad was so nice. And I was like, you just want to give him the world. You're just like, what do you want? Do you want a cookie? Like, let me give you a cookie. Let me give you a hug. That's the least I can do, you sweet, sweet pea. I love it. I don't love that people feel nervous and scared around me, but I also love, I don't know, that they care. It's because
you're giving them that, like, feeling of euphoria. It's that, like that, oh my god, that fangirl, like, high. You're giving it to other people, and that feels great. It feels it's like someone recognized me in a Walmart, like, 2 days ago, like, a dude named Jamie. Hi, Jamie, if you happen to be listening to this. And he was just like, oh my god, I watch all of your videos. And it was just like, so I'm making you happy with my existence. And that is all I could ever ask for.
The moment somebody said, oh my god, I watch your videos, or like, oh my god, I love blah, 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 or oh my gosh, I'm familiar with your work, or any capacity, it's so rewarding, because that right there is the sauce. You know what I mean? Like, that is why I do it. I do it because I enjoy it, and I'm making it anyway. I might as well make somebody else's life better. But when you actually get that face-to-face interaction where they're like, that thing that you make alone in your room does in fact improve my life to the point that I'm so excited right now, is like, my heart is full.
It's such a good feeling. It's so wholesome.
Alternatively, I was at Sam's Club the other day trying to get behind this girl who was standing texting on her phone in front of a freezer. And so I kind of pushed her out of the way to go get to the chicken. Like, I kind of just, like, passive-aggressively nudged her out of the way. And she goes, oh my god, you're Hannah Hoffman. And I was like, this is so embarrassing. I'm passive-aggressively pushing this girl out of the way to get to frozen fried chicken. Like, it wasn't even, like, cute, healthy food. I'm trying to get to, like, the frozen fried chicken aisle. And, yeah, she recognized me at Sam's Club, and I didn't have any makeup on or anything, and I was like, this is just embarrassing.
Oh, that's the worst.
Don't take a picture with me.
That's the worst when you're
home.
like... Yeah. When you're like, I'm just gonna run to the store real quick in my pajamas and slippers and no makeup and look totally greasy, and then you run into someone and they're like,
I can't. I'm
picture?
afraid. I have fear.
I know.
I will not leave my house without my eyebrows. That's my minimum. If I have my eyebrows on, I'll be okay. But like,
for me, it's eyeliner.
I'm glad
I
I'm
have to
not
have eyeliner.
a real celebrity, because that must be really hard.
Oh, that would be so exhausting.
Jeez. Have we talked about passion for an hour?
We are passionate still,
Almost,
I guess.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I just looked at the time
We're
and I was
very
like, oh my
passionate
god.
about it.
Yeah,
We're
that
very
went really
passionate
fast,
about
actually.
it.
I liked that one.
Yeah.
Do
we have positive
Okay,
notes?
wait, real quick before, what do you guys think you're still passionate about?
I mean, I won't say YouTube, but it is YouTube. It's not YouTube because YouTube makes me want to pull my hair out, but I'm passionate about using the stupid fucking jokes in my head and turning them into an art, TM, and then having other people I don't know see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it gives me life. It makes me so happy. And I love it. I love it so much. I'm so passionate about it. Like, I could talk about it all day long. So, with YouTube is but that, using who I am as a human just to make cool shit and make people happy in some capacity is I love it. To this day, I still love it. So.
I feel like my passion is like kind of dead, and I'm trying to find it again. I feel like I lost like that passion high. Yeah, like I'm trying to find it, and I feel like I started making a comic with my viewers, and I feel like that's kind of sticking, and I'm really enjoying it.
Nice.
So I don't know. I'm
going
to see where that goes. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I've got like the first 6 pages storyboarded, and I let my Patreons pick the title. I need to go check and see what the final answer is, because I think it just happened on Friday that it solidified, but I think it's probably going to be called Imbalanced Diet. I'm really excited though.
Cute.
I'm loving the characters and like the stuff. I also really love that I'm like working with a ton of people, because it alleviates a lot of the like artist block creative pressure.
Oh yeah.
So I can be like, what should I work with this character? And I could come up with a couple answers, but then I get like a flood of like, these are all really good solutions, and
That's awesome.
I can just kind of pick from them, and it's great. I love working with my people to make a thing.
Oh yeah.
That's the best.
The coolest.
I love the collaboration with the audience.
When you actually like get the panels done, are you going to post it somewhere? Because you need to.
I think I'm gonna go. Yeah, hell yeah! I think I'm gonna put it on Tapas.
Yay!
Probably.
I was gonna tell you should do Tapas. That's
I know. I need to talk to you.
Too, is that I'm kind of getting into my comic as well, and I've been doing that
awesome.
for a long time.
My patron people have been asking about that. About your comic.
About my comic.
Like, why? Yeah, about like why have you not uploaded it in forever?
It's really funny. Yeah, it's been a while. I just posted a couple days ago, actually, for the first time in months, because I didn't have the time, and now I'm like, let me go into rehab, like YouTube burnout rehab. That's what I'm in right now, to try and figure out what the heck's going on, and I don't want to stop working, because you can't stop working. Once you stop, you just, it's bad. You gotta keep going.
Yeah.
You gotta move forward somewhere, and I don't know where I'm going forward to, but I'm doing the comic now, and it's fun. I agree. Yeah. Comic is... Crystal, you should jump on the comic train. Toot toot.
Yeah.
You got so much going on, though.
Yeah, you do.
I
know what? I take it back.
I was just like, it's crossed my mind. If I ever did a comic, I feel like it would be more like a Sarah Scribbles type of comic, where it's just like, I have a fun anecdote. Normally, I take my fun anecdotes and just turn them into tweets, but sometimes in my brain, it's so much better as a small little webcomic. I just don't have the time to draw it. If I ever did one, it would be like that.
See, that's what I actually, when I started out, I know I've talked about this so many times, but that's how I started out in my internet career, quote unquote, is doing comics like that. That's what I started doing. And it caught on, and I missed it. And I really like doing comics. Comics are so good.
Yeah.
You don't have to put your face out there. And that's the part I'm tired of. Because
it's also, like, pretty low impact compared to, like, animation.
And it's good for you to not have to... It's like, it's rehab. That's what it feels like. Tapas, you're going to love Tapas. Alright. That's my positive, is Echo being on Tapas soon.
I like it.
I would say my positive is using passion for making shit that makes you happy.
Alright.
That's
Are
my
we
positive.
happy?
Yeah, I'm happy. I feel great.
I'm happy. I feel much better. That was a good cleanse. Very passionate cleanse.
I need our salt cleanses every week, guys.
Like, I know. We need
I know we're all busy. I know we're all busy, but we all get so caught up in our own heads. I think we need to cleanse.
You want to say our platforms, Crystal?
Yeah, you can find us on some days. Probably a Monday. On Google Play, iTunes... not Instagram. I almost said Instagram. Google Play, iTunes, YouTube, and SoundCloud. And our handles are...
at Happy Panda Party.
At Echo is Weird.
And at The Crystal Joy.
And remember, friends, the human body cannot survive without salt. Thank you for listening. Bye.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.